Hello, Aquarius. This is Bonnie from Soul Star Bliss with your January 2023 mini tarot reading. Happy New Year. I hope this new year is better for us all. It may start out a little slow. I think it's going to, but then improvements come. You know, make your plans is all I can say. Make your plans. And I just feel like this year's gonna be better, so much better for so many. So I'm kind of excited about what is coming. Let's take a look here. Oh my goodness, let's see. What do we have for Aquarius for January 2023? I'm just so excited about the new year. Here we go. Okay. It looks like we can't go back and change the past. It would be great if we could, but we can't. But there's still something to work with. And everything that you've learned this year, this seems to be about family. What you've learned about family, for those of you that have family, if you had issues with it, put into practice what you learned. You know now what seems to work and what doesn't work, but also don't carry the burden of it all being your fault. I feel like some of you think like, oh, if I coulda, woulda, shoulda. Well, I don't think that's what it is. I think if you, whatever you've learned this in 2022 regarding family issues, you're going to be able to, I don't want to say work it out because it's going to work out anyway, but it's going to be better for you. You're going to be like, something's going to be lifted off of you. Maybe guilt, maybe, you know, it's not going to feel like a burden. That's what I'm trying to get out there. Gosh, love was just in the other reading too. This says like for love, it looks like for those of you that are having difficulty in a relationship to really try to work it out. Again, last year was heavy for everybody. It seemed like in certain areas. But it says those of you that are in a relationship and having difficulty, the most important part right now would be communication. And communication must be without anger, without attitude, that type of stuff. So if that helps somebody there, I sure hope it does. It says that feeling of disappointment that some of you felt for, and I want to say last year, you know, if we can all learn from all the disappointment we've had, because people I've talked to all year have had so many issues that I just feel like, you know, maybe we eliminated a lot of them or found a way to make it work for us, you know, because it's going to work different for different folks. You're going to make some choices about people in your life, it looks like, you know, we all do that. And it just seems like if you get I just said these same words. If you get a reconnection from the past, take your time with it. Think of the reason why, you know, it ended before or they disappeared or whatever. Just talk about it, and again, take your time. I do feel that you're going to make some official commitments or agreements this year, or so I said this year, so it must be more than just this month. Maybe that means you're going to start a new business. And I just feel like whatever you're starting, and I feel like it could be business or even a commitment is going to be official. Once you make it official, stand by your word. Of course, Aquarius normally does it. And again, if you're not ready to make that official commitment, don't sign the paper. That's a message. I don't know if that's for everybody. I don't think it is, but if it's for you, please, that's important. If you don't mean what you say, don't sign the paper. I have the pregnancy card here too. So if you're really wanting to be pregnant, it looks like this could be the month, the year, or whatever you want to call it for you to have that magic in your life. And if you don't want that, it says you know what to do. I feel like there's finally celebrations coming. And it's like, okay, I'm going to give myself permission to live again, or I'm going to give myself permission to smile or be happy. A lot of the sadness from the past, so many people I've spoken to think they can't enjoy themselves. You know, they lost somebody passed away. And as difficult as it is, it's still okay to have a smile or to have, you know, to be happy. It's all right. You're not supposed to be in doom and gloom for the rest of your life. A lot of towers last year for people. And it says, you know, don't worry. Sometimes like, oh, what if that happens again? Well, what if it doesn't? So if you can, when you're contemplating what's coming for you or the choices you have to make, picture the good result, the one that makes you happy, the one that puts the smile. Not saying don't be a Pollyanna, because everything doesn't work that way, but what we think about, we become. I'm a big believer in what we manifest is what our thoughts are. Also, it says there's something already in the works. Spirit does have a plan for you. Your prayers have been heard. Most people that pray, that I talk to, know that the power of prayer is really, really powerful. I feel like definitely change on the way. And it says, and if counsel is needed, gosh, I just said this too. If you need a lawyer, a doctor, or 2 friends to talk to, now is the time to do it. You're not being a burden to your friends. In fact, sometimes your friends are glad that you could talk to them. I just feel like talking is going to be real healthy and healing for you this month. It says, but don't give your power away either. You can't fix everybody. Remember that, we don't really heal others. Sometimes we're just holding space for them that they can heal themselves. But what I love here is the Ace of Cups. When your mind is filled with spirit, fills your body to overflowing. What you think about, you become. And so I just feel like it's going to be a real mental, emotional month for you, but in a good way. It's like when you get that idea, write it down. When you want to help somebody, remember you can help them, but you can't fix everybody. It seems like some of you want to fix things. We're all, especially mothers, they want to be fixers. And the hardest thing to do as a mom is to watch your child or your son or your daughter, even if they're 30 or 40, to do some things that they're making mistakes. But remember, they have to sometimes do exactly that. Change is what I'm getting in a good way. Family changes, economic changes for you in a good way. I just feel like, January might be kind of a downer for some, but it's going to open doors for new beginnings. Remember that. It says in the money area, you don't have to be a hoarder, but you also don't have to be a spendthrift. If you can plan for, just a little bit of what's going on. It says you're stronger than you realize. And that's why so many people come to you and talk to you about their issues and their problems, because it seems like you don't have any, because you hide them. You don't prioritize what's going on, a lot of you, and what's going on inside of you. They may come and say, oh my goodness, I lost my job, and here you lost something even bigger than that, or you're feeling really a lot of pain. So it's okay to talk about things to others, but also remember, I keep getting this, and I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, you cannot fix them. You can listen to them, you can guide them, and suggest they do something, but ultimately they have to make their own choices. Your wants, wishes, and daydreams are very, very important now. Maybe you wanted to write a book. Maybe you wanted to, go to Disney. Whatever it is you wanted, write it down and then put a date by it, or start it one step at a time. If it's travel you want, you're going to be able to do that, but you have to, I would suggest, you don't have to, but by planning, it's going to make it a lot easier. If you're wanting to do, painting, crafts, business, whatever it is, you can't just start one step at a time. You don't have to jump in head first. There is going to be, this month, things are going to be, oh, things are great. Oh, they're not so good. They're going to go up and down like this, which is fine. But by springtime, here in the U.S., which is in March, there's going to be really improvements, new beginnings, beginning of a journey, beginning of a love, beginning of a job, beginning of a journey. I don't know what it is, but the things you start now are going to be like really beginning in the springtime. In the love area, it looks like improvements for those of you that are not communicating. Please, communication. And, you're really good at, Aquarius, at talking. So speak from your heart and let it be said. It says excuses are gone now. It's time for things to fall into place. Anyone that has any legal stuff going, big or small, make sure that you take care of it, and take care of it right away. That will be really good for you. It seems like sadness from the past, don't let it ruin today. I know the hard part about sadness or pain from the past is we stuff it down. Well, it might be popping up this month, and your best course of action is to sit with it. You want to cry. You want to be mad. Everybody's going to handle it different. But you can't keep stuffing it down, because it's going to keep popping up and reoccurring. It says if you had a disagreement with someone and you kind of walked away, it's not the time to have that discussion again. Even though I said talk is going to be good, wait until both parties are cooled off, because I feel there's going to be some talk that's going to make you upset. And someone's, I don't know if it's a child or someone close to you says, well, that's it, I'm done. And they walk away. Let them walk away till they cool off, because they will be back. And then you can have the discussion cool, calm, and collected. Waiting for something. It feels like some of you have been waiting. Those of you have been waiting for some type of money. I don't know if it's an inheritance, a bonus, whatever. It looks like you're going to have news about that this month. And the news is overdue. course, is that for everybody? I don't think so, but those of you that really have been thinking, why haven't I heard? I feel like you are going to hear, and it's going to bring you joy. I don't know that it's tomorrow you get the money, but it's definitely going to tell you when, where, and how it's coming. Seems like don't let anyone take that hope from you either. I just feel like whatever this money is I'm talking about, for whoever that is, don't let somebody say, okay, well, here's, I want some of that. Whatever money this is for you and your family. It says, don't be carrying around burdens and guilt from the past about this. And you don't have to do what everybody says. I just feel like this month is a time to renew, reclaim, get some rest, and most of all, make plans about you. Thank you so much for your continued support. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button. I certainly appreciate it. This is Bonnie from Soul Star Bliss, and we'll talk to you again next month.